You're about to listen to the Weird with a Side of Bacon podcast. We cover weird things, but part of that may include adult themes and content. We'll be talking about things like butts and boobs, and there will be swearing. It's kind of what we do. If there are any kids in the car, you may want to change the channel. Thanks, and enjoy. Hey, sweetie, what can I get for you?
Do you have any of today's specials left?
The weird? Oh, yeah, we got lots of weird.
And can I get that with bacon?
Sure, weird with a side of bacon, coming up. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 2 of the Weird with a Side of Bacon podcast. If you don't remember, this is the podcast where we cover things that are weird. Everything from weird social media to weird news to weird facts and what do I do again? I don't know. History, weird history. That's the other thing we do. We do a little bit of everything. So I am one of your hosts, Trevor. I will be covering weird facts and weird history. And now let's go on to Stephanie.
I'm Stephanie. I will be doing weird social media stories.
And our other host, which is Misty.
The hostess of the mostest. I am Misty, and I will be covering weird and crazy news articles.
Okay, so before we get into our weird content, we love to bring up if anyone had any weird events or stories that have happened to them recently. So I believe, Stephanie, you said you had a weird thing happen this week.
I did. So I got a message from my ex about a mailing that came to the house.
Okay.
To his house.
Yeah.
And he sent me a picture of it, and I was confused by it. It was a hazard warning card. Have you guys ever heard of a hazard warning card?
Hazard warning card?
I feel like that's something you put on a garbage can.
Yeah, it was just like a piece of paper that said hazard warning, and it had my name and the address.
Yeah.
And it also said, like, it had a letter which indicated the hazard or whatever. I actually had to look it up. Apparently this is an actual thing with the post office, that if there's some sort of hazard on your property, so like a broken step or like ice or anything like that, if they're trying to deliver mail to you but there's a hazard on your property, they won't deliver your mail until that hazard is taken care of.
So you had
I was supposed to be getting mail, and apparently they couldn't deliver the mail because there was a hazard, and this was after I had moved out. So
you lived in a dangerous neighborhood.
It's not your responsibility.
Well, obviously, but even still, it was like, this is weird. I've never seen that before, but I had to look it up on the internet to find out what this was.
Well, what was it? What is the hazard? Did you have a loose monkey on your property?
It didn't specify. It just gave a letter, and the letter was the letter I, so I'm guessing that they tried to deliver like after the first snowfall and it was icy.
I stands for I stands for icy?
I would assume so. It didn't specify. All it said was a letter.
What else is there with an I? Iceberg?
Yes, there's an iceberg in front of the mailbox. I don't know. It was one of the things when I looked it up. It wouldn't specify, like, when I was doing the Google search, it wouldn't specify, like A means this, B means this.
Why wouldn't you just write out the word?
All it said was, like, hazard warning. It's like, are you trying to deliver drugs to the house or what?
What does
like,
I
what the fuck?
stand for?
Did you get a guard lion in the house and they're just that afraid to come to your door?
No, that's a codel. If you have a lion, it's codel.
Oh.
I feel like that's obvious. I is a little more inconspicuous. I don't know what I means. All right, well, good news, not your problem.
Oh.
There you go. Okay, all right. Now we're going to get into today's content. We had discussed, obviously you guys weren't here because we weren't recording yet, but we have discussed that we need to start rating our crazy, weird news stories. So when we finish a story, we're going to be giving it a rating of 1 to 4 bacon strips. 1 being, meh, not that weird. 4 bacon strips symbolizing that's really fucking weird. So Guys, we have to remember this. We're going to be rating in bacon strips how weird a story is. That seems a little weird, but that's what we do. So let's be weird.
So can we rate it by how floppy the bacon strip is or how crispy it is?
Oh, I never thought about that.
It's like 1 being floppy and then 4 being crispy.
Or is that like an A+? Like if you're a 4 bacon strip, it's good, but a 4 crispy bacon strip is like an A+ in weirdness?
Sure.
We might be overthinking this a little bit. I don't know, guys. There's a chance that we might be putting a little more into the bacon strip rating system than is necessary.
We tend to overthink things all the time.
Yeah, that sounds like us, actually. So, I believe I will start today's content. How does that sound to everybody? Great, good.
Woo!
Woo! Okay. We're going to do a story coming to us from 1985. And the name of this news story or this history story I have named it, Sorry, I'm Off Duty Today. In 1985 in New Orleans, a man named Jerome Moody drowned at a city pool party. Well, that does not sound that weird. I will give that to you. This is pretty light so far.
I rate that a 1. Floppy.
We haven't started it yet.
I think you need to be more weird with your stories.
Okay. Is this going to be how this is? Is this going to be a thing? Okay. This is going to be a thing. All right. I'll talk faster before you start reading. The problem, or where this story starts to get weird, is this particular pool party for the city was being attended by almost 100 lifeguards, and 4 of them were actually on duty at the time of this guy's drowning.
So a lifeguard drowned? Nice.
I don't think the dude
I don't know
was...
if it's nice.
Not nice.
Not nice.
I don't think the dude who drowned was a lifeguard, but there were still 100 lifeguards at this party. Almost 100 lifeguards at this party, and 4 of them were actually working the party because it was a pool party by the city.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter that there was 4 that were on duty. It was still the fact that
there was 100
there was 100 lifeguards there.
Now we're going to get into the real weird. The reason for the party was an end-of-year celebration because this was the first time on record the New Orleans city had made an entire summer without somebody drowning in one of their pools.
Back to 0.
They're literally celebrating the fact that, no, guys, we made it a whole summer without even dying on our watch. Like, you shouldn't be celebrating that. That should be a regular occurrence.
Oh.
I forgot to mention, by the way, my sources, because, again, that's important. We have the United Press International, an article they wrote in 1985 about this story. The New York Times also wrote an article, and everybody's favorite book, 1,144 Random, Interesting, and Fun Facts You Need to Know by Scott Matthews. The last part, to really bring it all together, not only were there 100 lifeguards, 4 of them on duty. Not only was it to celebrate the fact that they didn't have anyone die that year. Oops, guess we're off a little bit. But they did not discover the dead body until the party was over and the 4 lifeguards on duty started to do the cleanup of the pool for the end of the season.
So, wait a minute.
Yes?
This happened at a pool, obviously.
City pool.
Pretty sure if somebody drowned, you're floating, but nobody would have discovered that there's just this lifeless body
Laying there in a
laying
pool?
there, floating around. Like, what the fuck?
Do we know how many people were at this pool party and what was the max limit for the pool?
Apparently, they don't follow a lot of regulations in New Orleans in 1985 based on the fact that every year at least one person dies in the pool. So I'm guessing they don't really pay attention to capacity of the pool.
So basically their work hazard sign went from like 15 days to 0.
Oh, 15 days. Years. On record, they do not know a single year since they put in the pool that somebody hasn't died.
I'm wondering why the pool was still open if they're having yearly occurrences of people drowning.
It was only like a couple a year.
Oh, okay, no biggie.
Where's the make and break on this? Do you want to go a whole year every year without someone dying? That doesn't seem fair.
Where is this pool located so we know not to go there?
Yeah, when we go for Mardi Gras. Remember we talked about going to Mardi Gras in our
did.
last episode.
That's right.
We just got to make sure not to go
to
this public pool.
public pool at New Orleans. So, all right. So, guys, can I get a new rating? I know it was a 1 initially. For
A one floppy.
A 1 floppy. Thank you. Can I get a re-rating on this one? I need to do a rating. What is my
1.2. I'm just
bacon
kidding.
strips? 1.2 bacon strips. Where's my weird factor? What do I get?
I would say 3.
3 bacon strips?
I'd say 3 bacon strips.
Yes. I'll take a 3. Thank you, guys. I will accept a 3. And we are now on to Misty.
Woo!
Do-do-do. Misty, what do you have?
So my article today, maybe these people in Louisiana needed an emotional support alligator.
An emotional support alligator?
Yep.
Is that a thing?
It is.
All right.
So my article is actually about an emotional support alligator named Wally.
That's a cute name, though. I like the name.
Wally the alligator.
Wally the emotional support alligator.
Yeah, Wally was cute
For an alligator.
for an alligator. So,
Was is the key word in there.
No.
well, we'll get to it. So, Wally was lost in Georgia. So, he was a 6-foot-long alligator and is the first alligator to legally be certified as an emotional support animal in Pennsylvania.
Okay, how can you even train an alligator to be an emotional support?
Well,
Because you hear, obviously, dogs have to go to like a couple months long training.
so his owner has had him since he was 18 months old. And he brought them to the vet. And the vet said that he would make a good emotional support animal.
How do you? It's an alligator. What is a supporting of an alligator?
Maybe
Like
this one doesn't bite.
It should. That should be like step 1. I feel like in step 1 in determining if any animal should be an emotional support alligator. I feel like step 1 is, will it bite people? Because I don't think that's very emotionally supportive.
Anyways, so the owner does take this alligator to nursing homes. He meets people in the park with them. And this alligator has also met the mayor.
Ooh.
And he didn't bite him.
No bites, as far as I know. I didn't see any.
I had this question earlier and I didn't get to it yet, but like an emotional support dog, don't they usually like cuddle up to you and make you feel all warm and fuzzy and all that? What does an alligator do? Does this thing? Well,
Maybe he wraps his tail around you.
I don't feel like I would be emotionally happy because an alligator is wrapping its tail around me.
Okay. I don't know how or why the vet did what he did, but supposedly here we are. Wally is an emotional alligator.
Okay,
support
emotional
animal.
support alligator. All right. It's better if you don't ask too many questions. That's what I'm hearing.
You know, I don't think I'd want an emotional pet alligator either.
Good point.
Well, it's not the first thing that comes to mind.
No, it's not. His owner says he is perfect for his job because he loves chin rubs and gives hugs and doesn't bite when people get close to him.
How does an alligator give hugs?
I know. I got the little. I'm
Were you thinking
imagining
the same thing I was? Like
The little T-Rex arms, like little T-Rex arms. He's just flapping his little.
He didn't say
Or does he
anything
hug
about
with the tail?
scratching. See, that's what I'm saying.
tail hugs. Tail hugs.
How else does an alligator hug?
This is going back to less questions are the better, I guess.
Well, it's actually kind of sad because they went to visit friends in Georgia and someone stole him.
They stole an emotional support alligator.
Yep. He was found by animal control, but then released him in a swamp with about 20 other alligators,
Oh no.
not knowing who he was.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I feel like bad things are gonna happen.
Oh. Who steals an emotional support alligator? This is why we can't have nice things.
People steal shit.
I will admit, I
Like
do
our
not
emotional support alligators. I'm so like.
Well, you know, he's
Take a bitch down.
certified. He's certified as an emotional support animal in Pennsylvania. They were in Georgia
Road tripping?
to visit friends.
Did the friend steal it?
And why were they visiting friends in Georgia with an alligator?
He's the emotional support animal
Okay.
Just for funsies, they were taking a road trip.
All right. So they're in Georgia,
visiting friends,
visiting friends.
and he disappeared. He was stolen.
Somebody stole it. And again, this is why we can't have nice things.
Bitches be crazy.
Bitches be crazy.
So, what happened after
So why'd they steal it?
I don't know why he was taken or who he was taken by. But the DNR told him he could not have the alligator because he is not licensed in Georgia to have him.
So, his alligator goes missing. They think somebody stole him. And now he can't have him back? That doesn't seem very nice. Having an emotional, if he's licensed as an emotional support alligator, I feel like that supersedes the having a alligator license. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Okay. Bacon rating?
I don't think it was cool that they just took the alligator away.
I don't think it's cool that, for one, somebody kidnapped it, because that's just
Well, that's
being
what
a
I was getting
jerk.
at, you know. And then the DNR was doing their job. It's not like, you know.
Well, you can't blame the animal control guy. Like, this thing just, you see a wild alligator, what you think's a wild alligator. You're not going to think that it's that looks a lot like the one and only emotional support alligator in the entire country. I wonder if that's him. If he's not wearing a collar, I don't think he was wearing a collar. Can alligators wear collars? Do they have a
You
neck?
could probably, yes, you could probably get something made for it.
I'm sure he probably would have a harness to walk him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So he probably had something. But the fact that this guy, like, just lost his support alligator.
Well, Wally's Facebook fans were not very happy.
This is a famous alligator?
Yes.
How famous is this famous alligator?
Oh, let's see. He has
Oh, crap.
an Instagram and a TikTok page. I do have numbers. Wally has 145,000 followers on TikTok.
Jeez.
How many do we have?
Currently?
4.
Four of them?
They have 35,000 on Instagram and 10,000 people on Facebook that follow Wally.
Oh.
I hate to say it, but Wally is a lot cooler than we are.
Well, Facebook fans were not very happy about the disappearance of Wally. So they flooded
If one of the friends took him, I would not be friends with that person. I'd be like, fuck you. You took my animal away from me.
Was Wally the alligator being stalked on the internet and somebody stole him? Oh, is this a celebrity kidnapping?
It could be.
This is terrible. We need to get the government involved. Well, they are involved. They said no. So they're jerks.
Well, Wally's Facebook fan.
He does have a harness, by the way. Sorry.
Oh, you looked it up. Yeah. Nice. They flooded the governor's office with calls, and they distributed flyers all over the place for Wally to find him. And they even called the television show Dog the Bounty Hunter.
I'm a little scared to think that this poor alligator is just wandering around in the wilderness somewhere, trying to give other alligators hugs.
We hope for Wally's safe return, though. I don't know if it'll happen.
Bacon rating time. Bacon rating. All right. Weirdness factor. I'd say it's at least a 3 or 4. Steph, thoughts? 3 or 4 bacon strips.
I would say 4, just because you
4?
don't hear of...
Emotional support alligators.
Yes. You hear you hear about, like dogs and cats and all that. I would say 4. And then the fact that
it has that second level of him disappearing.
Yeah.
I would say that's a 4. 4 regular bacon strips. I don't think we're ready to just throw out Crispies already, but I will definitely give it a 4 bacon strips. I think that was weird. Next up is Stephanie. Stephanie's up to bat. What do you got, Stephanie?
Good old Reddit. This one is from the subreddit, Am I the Jerk? For throwing my boyfriend's performance report of our relationship out. So I, 27 female, have been with my boyfriend Mark, 29 male, for 3 years. We live together in a small apartment, nothing fancy, but it works. Anyway, Mark's always been a bit particular about stuff. Like he folds his socks into these little balls and gets all weird if I don't. Whatever, I deal with it because I love him,
Okay. Whenever somebody describes another person as particular, I feel like that means weird as fuck, right? What's his name? What is the guy's name?
It's Mark, but
Mark.
that's not his real name.
It's not his real name. When somebody says, what do you think of Mark? He seems a little particular. Isn't that another way of just saying, he seems a little fucking weird?
Okay. Wouldn't that be the same thing as saying unique? He's very unique.
He's unique. I think does he like to roll his socks in balls because he likes to put them in his pants because he's ashamed, or just out of curiosity?
I've never heard of anybody rolling him into the balls. Obviously, people do the cuff roll over, but
yeah, you got to do something. You don't just leave your socks willy-nilly floating around in your drawer.
Oh, no. You might as well call me weird because I match the stains on the bottom of my socks.
I do that too, though. I'm not going to lie.
Wait, okay.
We're both fucking weird.
Wait. All right, so if I have like 2 pink socks, I don't have pink socks.
Do you have pink socks?
You're no longer allowed to wash the laundry if you have pink socks.
Okay, I have pink socks. Okay. Let's say I have 2 socks that are both white with a blue stripe. I pair them together, but you're saying you do more?
Yeah.
If you have multiple pairs of socks with blue stripes on them, I will legitly look at the bottoms of the socks to match the stains.
To go by stain level.
As to old from new is how I determine it.
So Misty and I are fucking weird. Get over it.
I need to know if this is a normal thing. All right, I feel like we're going to need some responses from people on this. Do you match socks just by look, or do you match socks by look and saturation level?
Dirtiness.
Dirtiness. Saturation sounds different. That sounds like it's your personal sock the guys have.
That might be how you never mind, I'm not going to go there.
Okay.
Back to the story.
We are rolling socks and balls because he is particular / weird as fuck. Okay.
And apparently Misty and I are too.
Yeah.
Okay. But recently he's been on this kick about optimizing our life or whatever. He watches these YouTube dudes who say dumb stuff like your partner should add value to your existence and relationships are about ROI.
I feel it's cold-blooded, and this is coming from me, to say that I am looking at the return on investment in my relationship.
That's probably what she's saying here. Return on investment in the relationship.
That sounds like a terrible thing to say. Misty, I feel like my return on investment in my relationship with you is not where it should be. I really feel that I should be getting more out of what I'm putting in.
I'm sorry, Trevor, but I can only match the dirt stains on the bottom of your socks.
That has increased your overall value of a partner with me. So thank you for increasing your value by matching my stains on my socks.
I think I increase my value because I'm the one who dresses you.
That's actually a good point. I
Just saying.
I'll always be walking around with 2 socks. One be like white, one would be like a little dingier white, and that would be stupid. We're interrupting this story a lot.
Yes,
can we get a recap where we were? Can we get a recap?
I'm sorry.
All right, can we?
Basically, the guy folds his socks into balls.
Got it.
And he's watching YouTube videos with these guys that are,
Trying to help relationships.
yes,
That's my guess.
thinking they're geniuses and all that. That's basically where we're at.
Okay.
Okay. So last week we're eating dinner and out of nowhere he goes, I think we need to have a performance review of our relationship. I'm like, what now? He says it's like at a job where you check in and see if things are going well or need improvement. I honestly thought he was joking, so I laughed. Big mistake.
I think I would too. I can't blame her.
He pulls out a folder, a legit actual folder with papers in it. This man wrote up a whole list of stuff I need to improve on, like I'm a bad employee or something. He's like, you've been slacking on cooking meals, and I feel like your gym attendance is inconsistent. Also, you don't fold my socks the right way, which shows a lack of attention to detail.
He really is. He really is. You don't fold my socks away. We like to see a lot of attention to detail. If you could just do it the way we've always done it, just
That'd be great.
That'd be great.
I stared at him like he grew a second head. I said, are you doing a performance review on me? And he's like, yes, but don't take it personally. It's just about making sure we're both putting in 100%. So I ask, where's your performance review? And he blinks at me and says, well, I don't think that's necessary because I'm already doing a lot.
Oh, yes, I'm perfect. You need to improve. Oh, this is how a good relationship goes.
So basically, because he knows how to fold his socks, he doesn't need a performance review?
That's basically what I'm getting out of it.
Well, maybe she should do one about his bed performance. Just saying. I didn't realize that it's a job to be a girlfriend or a wife. That's what I get out of this.
I actually would get pissed too if
Anybody would get pissed. I'm pissed, and it's not even my boyfriend. I don't know what to say. I would be pissed too. What is going on?
I'm not.
You're
Gonna
saying
find
like you're pissed and you're seeing it from like if the roles were reversed. If she was
Either way.
like
either
if
way.
Misty were to be like, Trevor, here's a list. You need to improve on these skills.
Is this passive
Like
aggressive?
matching stained socks.
Is it passive aggressive when I leave little sale ads with things circled, that things I like that I would like him to get me for holidays? Or
I don't think that's passive aggressive. I think that's just hinting. I think
But do
hinting.
you follow those hints?
Apparently,
you're
I
like-
don't, because if she's been doing that, I have never noticed.
So you just throw it away because you're like, this is just trash.
Well, this has got.
are you done with this? Can I recycle it? That's
Yeah.
normally what I get.
Somebody wrote all over this sale ad. This must be garbage. I'll throw this.
Maybe you
away.
gotta do like big Sharpie marker and a highlighter and see if he gets a hint that way.
I'll put it in a performance review in his sock
Arrow
drawer.
tabs.
Sorry.
All right, back to this.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I can't.
So I snapped. I said, Mark, I'm your girlfriend, not your employee. And if you want 100%, maybe try being 100% boyfriend first. I grabbed the folder and threw it in the trash. He got mad and said I was being emotional and not open to constructive criticism. Now he's barely speaking to me and says I embarrassed him by overreacting. His best friend said I should have heard him out because it's a unique approach to a relationship.
Oh, there's that word again.
But like, am I crazy here? Am I the asshole?
All right, Stephanie, I need you to do something for me. I need you to read the friend's thoughts and replacing the word unique with fucking weird. Okay, go.
His best friend said I should have heard him out because he's a fucking weirdo.
Yes! That's it! We have answered the question. This is a fucking weird. It is not unique. It is... Ugh. Why would you do this? Why would
Because
you
somebody told him, and he is not a leader, he's a follower.
he's something, all right.
So basically, there was 2 updates, and she ended up breaking up with him. So, yay, props to her.
Good job.
Yay.
Probably the best evaluation anything could have been done.
Yeah, if she would have stayed with him, I would have been like, what the fuck? Why are you staying?
I hope she did it in a way with like a 2-week
A 2-week notice.
A 2-week notice. Yes, thank you. That's what I was looking for.
Or 2-week written notice.
A 2-week written notice. And then ending it with, I hope your future endeavors are fruitful. Just some cold business bullshit. I think it would be great.
That would be great. So, bacon scale?
Bacon scale.
I
Bacon
have
scale.
to give it a 4, I think.
Are we peaking too much? Okay. All right. 4. It is really good. I do feel like it's a 4, though. A 4 bacon strip. I feel. Are we just giving them away too clean, though? Too easily? All right. I'm going to still go with a 4 because that was a solid 4 bacon strip weirdness factor. But we're going to have to we might have to get stingy. We might be turning into the U.S. in the Olympics here, where we're just giving away the high numbers. Someone's got to be Russia. Someone's got to give away the 5 out of 10 rating. All right. It's back to me, right? It's back to me?
That's correct.
Yes, Trevor.
Back to me. We're going to call this one Learn to Quit While You're Ahead. I like to give these fun names.
So that's not the name of the story?
It's not a news article. It's not.
Sorry, blew up.
I get to write my own stuff. I get to have creativity.
You get to write names for your stories.
Yeah, that's all I got. This one is coming from an article on BBC. It is from Wikipedia. And everybody's favorite book, 1,144 Random, Interesting, and Fun Facts You Need to Know by Scott Matthews.
Woo!
Go, Scott.
Go, Scott. Scott's a great guy. I've never met Scott, but I think if I did, I'd be very excited. Scott, if you're listening, call me. Okay. This story starts in 1991 when a woman disappears. This woman in the Netherlands just disappears. Nobody can find her. Husband hasn't seen her. Nothing. A year later, in 1992, her husband, Richard Klinkhammer, decides, I'm going to write a book called 7 Ways to Kill Your Spouse. And that's the title.
The title of the book?
A woman goes missing, and a year later, her husband writes a book, 7 Ways to Kill Your Spouse.
That's not weird
Weird
at all.
Good. See, we're starting out okay. Not a one bacon writing so far.
No, not a 1.
Not a 1 bacon
You're
rating.
at a 2 right now.
I'm at a 2. He takes this book to his publisher. So I don't know if this guy's written other books before. I'm not sure. And his publisher pretty much says, what the fuck? This is way too gruesome. Your wife is missing. No, we're not going to publish your book.
I kind of want to read the book to see how gruesome it is.
What if it was never published?
Oh, that's true.
Oh, don't worry about that, folks. We're getting to that. When he can't find anyone to publish this book, he starts self-promoting this book. And you know, the best way to self-promote a book about 7 ways to kill your spouse is to hint at the fact that you did kill your spouse that disappeared a year ago.
Because it's not fucking weird that you like are writing a book about it. You have to hint.
Yeah. So to try to get someone
It's like he's trying to get caught.
to try to find someone to publish his book, he's going around and hinting at it like, oh, I don't know. Maybe I did kill her. I don't know. She's just missing.
Okay.
Eventually, he finds a publisher.
Himself.
I don't know if it was self-published or not. It just says published. And he continues to allude to the fact that he has killed his wife without actually saying it so he could increase book sales. Things are going as good as could be expected for a long time until 1997 when he decides to move. He sells his house, still okay. Continues on with his book sales. 3 years later, in 2000, the new owners of the house decide, hey, let's do some renovations in the backyard. Anyone want to guess what's going to happen?
Oh, no. She was not 6 feet under.
Wah, wah, wah.
In the flower bed, like a pet.
Flower bed. Guess the flower bed. Flower bed. What's your guess, Stephanie?
I'm going to say by a tree.
By a tree. Flower bed. Good guesses. Unfortunately, both wrong. When they did their renovations, they decided to go big. And apparently good old Richard Klinkhammer did not expect this big of renovations, because when they pulled up the concrete slab under the shed, so they were doing big renovations, whole shed with concrete slab was going, that's when they found the body under the concrete slab. So Mr. Klinkhammer, who thought he had the world fooled, decided to bury her and then put a concrete slab in a shed over the top so nobody would ever find her.
I think the reason he did it in the shed is because everybody who's done it in the basement has gotten caught.
Yeah, that's too done. You got to have some innovation. And apparently this guy is very innovative.
Would you like to say that again?
No, I'm sticking to it. No, I'm not letting it go. So you wouldn't believe it, but Mr. Richard Klinkhammer, who is not very good at keeping his effing mouth shut to begin with, he gets arrested and immediately confesses. I don't even know if they got him out of the back of the cop car by the time this guy was already singing like a canary. So he confesses. He's sentenced to 7 years in 2001, but was released in 2003 for good behavior. So this guy got only 7 years for murder of his wife and hiding the body, and then gets out in 2 years with good behavior. How the fuck does that work? How can you get out for murder after 2 years for good behavior? How do you only get sentenced to 7 years for murder? That should be question one. And two, how do you get out after 2 years? I don't care if you are the Model A prisoner. How the fuck do you get out after 2 years for murder for good behavior?
Well, was he in the U.S.? If not, the Netherlands may have a totally different...
They're more lenient on murders there?
It's surprising if you read about like other countries and their like, prison time or whatever. There are places that are like, well, you were on good behavior, or like it's like obscure, like
2 years for murder.
Some countries are like that.
All right, we are here in the U.S., and I'm pretty sure if you kill somebody's dog, you're getting longer than 2 years. I feel like this is ridiculous. And that is the story of Richard Klinkhammer, the guy who got away with murder and decided he was going to write a book about how awesome he is for getting away with murder and then hinting away at it.
Fun fact.
Yes.
You cannot find the book for sale.
Oh. Man, you can't find 7 ways to murder your wife?
No.
Remember on the first episode how we talked about your search history on Google is going to cause lots and lots of red flags for the entire FBI?
Oh, yeah. Follow up from our last episode. I did not get weird things to pop up on my social media or Google feed.
Searching everything from
that we talked about
real
in the
life
last episode.
And hiding bodies.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, let's try to go for number 2. Let's try her again and see what we can do. Can I please petition for a bacon rating, 1 to 4 on weirdness bacon rating, please?
I give it a 2.5. I mean, it's weird, but not really weird.
Oh gosh, 2.5, Steph.
I'm gonna go 2.
Oh wow! I brought this on myself.
The thing is that there's a lot of similar stories like this out there.
There's a lot of similar stories about people writing books about murdering their wife after they get away with it, and then
if you Google search, yeah, I mean,
just because.
Okay,
Ed
the weird
Gein
thing, yes,
and, Jeffrey Dahmer didn't write books about what they've done. Books have been written about what they've done.
But this guy could have got away with this whole thing if he wasn't such a cocky asshole, and to try to write a book about it, and then when his publisher's like, "You're a fucking idiot,"
would he have gotten away with it though? We'll say, let's leave out the book part of it, where he was writing a book, almost like he was trying to get caught. But with how far along DNA testing was when they still dug up the concrete slab and found these bones, would they have...
Is this the Raiders of the Lost Ark theory? Where if Indiana Jones had nothing to do with Raiders of the Lost Ark, the exact same outcome would have happened? You're right.
It would have just been a matter of trying to find them.
Oh, you're right. All right, you know what? I will take my 2 bacon strip rating, 2.5 and 2.25 average, and I'll be okay with it. I did say we need to bring it back anyway.
Misty, what you got?
Oh, I seem to be on an animal kick these days. So, are you ready for this one?
I am.
They told the insurers a bear damaged their car. But actually, it was a person in a costume.
Okay.
That was an actual.
So
animal.
how does this work? They see a guy, they see something attacking their car, and it's a dude in a costume. What? Okay, how about I stop asking and you just keep talking?
So many questions.
I have so many questions.
Oh, good God. All right. So, 4 residents from the Los Angeles area were arrested after investigation by the California Department of Insurance.
Okay.
So this wasn't done by the police. It was done by the insurance company.
Well, the police aren't. It doesn't cost the police money to pay out.
Allegedly, they used a life-size bear costume to stage attacks on their vehicles in the attempt to secure a 6-figure payout.
A 6-figure payout? What kind of freaking vehicles are these guys driving?
Oh, I have that for you.
All right, my Toyota car is not going to be getting me 6 figures for bear attack.
Nope. They had a 2010 Rolls Royce.
Okay. All right, I don't have one of those.
They had a 2015 Mercedes G63 AMG.
You could have put any letters you wanted.
Right?
LMNOP.
I don't even know what half these cars are.
BBGs,
Anyways,
I got it.
and a 2022 Mercedes. If anybody's curious, it was an E350. Don't know what that is.
I think I've heard of that one though.
I have heard that
I've
one.
heard of that one. All right, so I'm still a little lost. All right, so 4 people get arrested for bear attacks on their vehicles because of why?
They just want the insurance money.
They were at the park in Lake Arrowhead, so in the mountains where black bears normally are.
Okay.
There's a lot of them. They provided footage of an alleged incident of a bear attacking their vehicles by being in the car, shredding their seats, running around, and jumping out. And then that's what they submitted to the insurance company.
So they got a videotape
Yes.
of a, quote, bear attacking their vehicle. Okay.
Well, the insurance company watched this video and were like, this is a person. They knew it was not a legit bear.
Is this like the one where the original Sasquatch video, people like didn't see it wearing a watch on its hand, on his arm?
Yes.
Wasn't that in a Simpsons episode too?
I think it was in a Simpsons episode.
So the insurance companies were investigating this. I think it had a great name because it was called Operation Bear Claw.
Oh, the donut. Okay. That was another one that took me a little second. I'm like, wait, what? Okay. All right.
Yes,
I thought you were going to
the
go with like
donut.
Operation Yogi or Operation Boo Boo. Or I can't think of any other famous bears. What other famous bears are they?
Smokey the Bear?
Never heard of him. Anyway, like Boo Boo.
So they allegedly scammed 3 insurance companies for a total of $141,000.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
So these are
Okay, did they have to pay it back? Please tell me they had to pay it back when they got caught. Please, please, please.
Oh, please tell me they got more than 2 years prison. That's what I want to hear. I'm still
Are you
stuck
trying
on
to?
it.
Are you trying to make a point?
I'm still stuck on 2 years prison for murdering your wife. Sorry.
Well,
It's not about me.
the police got a warrant, searched the property, found the bear costume with a furry head. I don't know what else it would be. I mean, you got to be a legit bear to have a furry head, right?
Was this costume rented?
I don't.
Oh, that'd be even better yet.
The
So they have
paws,
like late fines for not returning it.
the paws were very realistic, but they used metal tools for the claws, which were meat shredding claws. So you
So,
know how
wait.
you could buy the handles that you use to shred your beef?
Yeah, did they leave it like attached, or like would you take off each fork?
Oh, no. They were attached.
Like the handle, like
So they attached it to the bear.
They attach it
there
to the
must
bear
have been,
costume.
there had to be.
There is a picture out on the internet of the costume that they,
Does it look like a real bear?
with a t-shirt,
It looks like a real bear.
it looks like a real bear.
So, guessing there had to be like they made holes like where your hands would go for the paws,
Your paw
so
hand.
they could use the
The claws to
claws
shred the
to
sheet.
shred,
Yep.
but still have it covered enough with the bear.
Fur that you couldn't
Yeah,
see
so
the handle.
you can't see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So these guys get a bear costume and some meat shredders and go to town on their interior and like, hey, no one will notice the difference.
Well, I think it threw a lot of suspicion because the California Department of Fish and Wildlife say black bears are the only wild bears in the state.
Uh-huh.
But because the costume was a lighter brown, the California grizzly bear became extinct in 1920s.
Somebody doesn't know their bear history.
Yeah. So that put up a red flag because this news article is still fairly new. The insurance department says that Glendale Police Department and the California Highway Patrol, who helped investigate it, the county district attorney's office are still prosecuting them. So there is no court date appearance yet scheduled.
Oh, they're still working on it. I want to know if you can find this video. I want to know because it's going to have audio. Is there a video of somebody running over across going, rawr, 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 I'm
Well,
a
there
bear?
are 3 videos
3 videos.
of all 3 different vehicles.
Ooh.
Whether
On
or
YouTube?
not they're out there, I have no clue.
They might not be. If this news story is new enough that it's probably evidence and they won't release the evidence until after they're prosecuted. But I really, really want to see
So
these
this
videos of guys
this
pretending to be
article was
bears.
from November 14th of this year,
2024.
2024.
All right. Are you ready for a rating?
I'm ready for a rating.
Ready for a rating? Okay. Weirdness factors.
I'm giving you a 4 on that one.
This isn't fair. I was gonna go with a 3. 3. You got a 3 bacon rating out of me.
That's fine.
His heart is still broken by his rating.
I'm not bitter.
I'll give you an evaluation later
My performance evaluation.
in bacon
Okay,
ratings.
this is. I have to go 4 because. Okay, you people need to. Our listeners need to look it up on YouTube. It is. You can legit tell it's a person in the car.
It's the one from the insurance.
Yes.
Oh, it's on
So-
YouTube?
You can see that it's a person.
Oh,
Because of how-
Okay. All right. What is the name of the video? What is it? What's it called?
This one, it was just a local news that posted it. 4 arrested for staging phony bear attacks to make fraudulent car insurance claims.
And you can see the video. It is obviously a dude. Okay.
Yes, I Googled bear attack for insurance claim, and that was the first one that popped up
And
on
I-
YouTube.
You're
There is
right.
there is
And
a
it
thing on.
legitly shows the picture of the costume like I have on my news article.
Yeah.
It's
So there's a
showing-
couple different news stations that have posted, but it's all on YouTube.
and you can see, just describing for anyone listening, you can literally see like a guy, his big
Yes.
arm is just
You can
pawing
tell
away.
that it's a person and not
A legit bear.
a legit bear.
This is great. I
Because
love
even
it.
him crawling into the car is,
He's opening the car door.
if it was an actual bear, like that bear would be more aggressive, not like. like a normal bear would. So yes, I'm gonna go 4.
I'm sticking to 3.
That's fine.
Meh.
Floppy or not, I'm okay with 3.
I'll give it 3 crispy. I'll go crispy, but I'm not going to 4.
I like a B+.
Are we ready for mine?
Yes.
We are so ready for yours, Stephanie.
This one is from another Reddit story from Am I Overreacting? And the title is, Am I Overreacting for Refusing to Eat from Dishes That Have Been in the Dishwasher?
Yeah. Yeah, that's overreacting. I feel like if the dishes have been in the dishwasher, you should eat from them.
Yeah.
They'd be clean, you would think.
Well, you hope that they're clean.
I think we're alluding to something.
Huh. Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Slap it on me, Steph.
I live with my parents and recently we moved houses. We now have a dishwasher. We also own 2 cats who both use their litter box.
I'm a little worried that these are going to overlap. Why is this going to overlap? Don't overlap these things.
To scoop the poo out, we have a kind of shovel. You know, normal cat.
Yeah, we got
litter
cats.
box.
We got cats. All of
Yeah.
us have cats.
Right.
There are 4 cats between the 3 of us, so I could see how this would be.
Yeah, normal. Obviously, that shovel gets dirty and we need to clean it. Normally, we would clean it separate from the dishes since we had to wash everything ourselves anyways in the previous house.
Have you ever washed your cat litter scoop?
I've rinsed it off. I don't sit there and scrub it.
Yeah, I rinse mine off too with a hose outside.
Yeah, because that's what you would do.
I'm afraid.
Okay.
However, my parents have now decided to just throw it in the dishwasher along with the dishes already in there.
Oh, hell no. No. Oh, my God. If I would have found that, they'd all be in the garbage.
Yes, I would be buying replace. I don't care if it costs me $70 to $100. I would be buying new dishes.
Oh, do you know?
Or
I
just
would have my
everyone's
own.
eating paper plates.
I'd have my own stack of paper plates, and when they realized that I was bringing down a new paper plate every day for dinner, they might have to ask a few questions. Because no.
No. What? No. Why would you even think
Why?
that's
Why?
a good idea?
Because supposedly their water is hot enough to disinfect everything. That's my guess. Ugh.
I don't even like it when I'm walking around barefoot and you can tell there's some like cat litter on the ground near it and it gets on your feet and it's just, I don't even like that. And now I am imagining that I'm pulling a dish out of the dishes and there's going to be
A
like,
pooper scooper.
a pooper scooper or little pieces of cat litter and cat poop on my dishes.
How is that for their dishwasher? Because if it's clumping litter, that's clay.
Maybe they
Yes!
pre-wash it.
I didn't even think of that. Yes, there's clumping litter. They're literally creating like
I don't know what to
Absolutely
say
full.
at this point. I really don't. I don't know what to say.
fucking A.
Anyway, I confronted my mom about this and argued that, for example, we wouldn't put a dirty toilet brush in there. She agreed, but a couple of days later, I found it in the dishwasher again. My dad was home at this time, so I argued the same thing, but he says the dishwasher is made to clean and that it doesn't matter. Am I right? Is it gross, or is a dishwasher strong enough to clean those bacteria?
I'm imagining when I pull that plate out that wasn't rinsed off well and there's still that dried ketchup on it. That's not clean. And I'm getting images of, instead of dried ketchup, we got dried cat poo floating around in the dishes. Okay. You know when you find that like one piece of Tupperware that was upside down, you put it in there, but then either like the lip of it or it flipped over and it filled with the dishwater.
Oh,
And that dishwater doesn't look like clean. Sometimes you're like, ew, this has got to get rewashed.
and then it has a little bit of like food debris left on it. Yeah.
Ew, that's what's on there.
Can you?
That's what's on their dishes.
Because when I get that with my Tupperware, I will rinse it out and rewash it.
Oh, totally. Totally.
Like that
Yes.
gets a second round. But
Just so you all know, I do not stick that shit legitly in my dishwasher. No.
The cat litter
No.
thingies?
I hope not.
No.
Otherwise,
No.
No.
I'm going to
I
disagree.
love
with-
you, but this relationship would majorly change.
I would flunk my performance evaluation.
Yes, you would. There is an update.
Oh.
Thank you all for your comments. I just confronted both of my parents again by showing them your comments, and they now realize it's not okay. The poop scooper will no longer be in the dishwasher.
Did they get a new dishwasher?
I would have.
I would have really.
But honestly, like, it took comments from a public forum to make
them stop.
to make them realize, like, oh, it really isn't a good idea.
So my question is how old are these people?
I don't think you got to be old to be crazy. I think crazy comes at any age. I don't think it is a specific age to be crazy.
Well, we're all crazy, but none of us do that.
We're crazy to an extent. We're not fucked up to the point where it's like, let me put this pooper scooper in my dishwasher. It's fine. Makes me wonder if they've ever put the whole box in the dishwasher too.
Oh,
It wouldn't be surprising. Just saying.
That is.
Now
a good
you're thinking
part.
about it, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. And
You
are
never
they
thought about that.
are they actually stop doing it, or are they going to actually just stop doing it while the daughter's around?
do they unload it quick after it's done and
Yeah.
not tell her?
That's a good point.
Or run it when she's not around. Bacon rating?
It's a 4. Oh, I hate it, but it's a 4.
Can I
hate
give
that
it a
it's 4.
6? Because
No,
that was
no,
weird and disgusting
no.
all at the same time.
No,
That
no.
is a 4 extra, extra, extra crispy, okay?
We're not giving
Yeah.
up.
Bacon bits style.
There is no extra credit. You cannot give away a 6.
Don't be jealous.
There are double standards.
You're so jealous right now.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, a little bit. Okay, guys, I believe that is enough content for today. We want to try to keep these things somewhat tight and clean. Well, not clean, but tight. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the episode.
Trevor has to go home and cry because of his rating.
No, I don't. I'm
Yes, you
fine.
do.
I am absolutely fine.
Everything's
and I don't
fine.
even care.
You
Thank
can,
you.
you can all give them a performance evaluation too if you want.
This is not going to go well.
We would love to see the performance evaluation.
And unfortunately, I'm about to tell you where you can do that. So, all right. If you liked this podcast episode, just do us a favor. Subscribe to us if it's on YouTube, you're watching it. If it's Spotify or iTunes, whatever podcast listening thing you use, please give us a rating. Follow us, subscribe to us, whatever they let you do. Leave us a comment. We like to get comments, and it helps people find us. More comments help us get bigger, let people know about us. You can also follow us on Facebook. We're on the Tiki-Taki. We are on Instagram. Not Instacart. That's not the same thing. We talked about that last night. If you have any ideas for content, or you have questions or comments, or we said something wrong and you need to tell us,
Performance evaluations.
or a performance evaluations about our relationship, you can do that
Relationships.
by emailing us at weirdwithsideofbacon@gmail.com. It does not have the A in it. It is weirdwithsideofbacon, not a side of bacon. Just weirdwithsideofbacon@gmail.com. Again, everyone, thank you for listening. Please keep it weird, because normal is just another word for boring. That's a new one I'm going to do now. Thank you, everybody, and have a good one. Bye.
Thanks, bye. And roll credits.
Bye.